G'day mate and welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. So, this episode, I've just done a little bit of a train ride and put up some more towers on the power poles because our friendly neighbourhood biters keep deciding to nibble away at the lines and push some of the neighbours back because they keep encroaching on our land. It's distinctly ours. Biters have been told that they need to pack up and go away. Let's just do some exploring whilst we're here, and we've got this in our hand. Oh, that was the mobile artillery moving around. God, they do encroach a lot, don't they? Like this guy and this guy. We do have expansion turned on, and it is turned up fairly high. So, they do expand often. So it becomes a little bit of a labour of, you know, going and visiting with the friendly pea shooter every now and then. Just to push them right the way back to the limits. You can see I've done an artillery upgrade because we've got that much extra range now. Anyway, now the thunder's going on in the background. So, this episode, we're going to do something. We're going to start building some sciences. Now, none of this is up and running yet. That's besides the point. We need to sort of plan how each of the builds is going to look and operate, and then we'll work backward to actually tie it into either a bus or a train or bots. The point of this map is to build a 3k science per minute base. It doesn't have to be just belts. It could be belts, it could be bots, it could be trains. It all depends on what I think is going to be most optimized. Is probably the best way of putting it. And on top of that, I'm going to do something a little bit different. So, in my gigabase, everything was on trains. Oh, hi bots. I left them behind somewhere, obviously. Everything was on trains, so it really didn't matter about distance. Because we all know trains carry large amounts, long distances, fine. Belts carry reasonable amounts, mid-level amounts, mid-distances, fine. Bots carry lots of stuff, short distance. If you want to pack up storage that has, 40,000 items in it and move it 8 screens with, bots are the way to go, not trains. Or belts, for that matter, alright? But if you want to move stuff, 5 screens over, do not use bots. They're going to just sit there and charge forever. You'd use trains for that one. Or belts. Probably 5 screens belts. If you're moving it, decent distance, we'd use trains. So, in theory, to build a 3k science base, because somebody was nice enough to put this out in the comments, I need 145 blue belts of iron. But really, we want to compress things as much as possible. So we don't want to carry 147 belts, up a whole bus and then turn them off. We really want to change 2 blue belts of iron into 1 blue belt of gears. So on and so forth. So I'm actually going to build my sciences backward. I'm not going to do red and green at the start because they don't compress that much. They don't use that many raw resources to make a science pack. Whereas your yellow science, your purple science, your blue science, and especially your military science use a lot of iron and raw materials to make very, very few science packs. On top of that, I was just going for a flat 3k across the board. For military science, because the only thing we're spending it on is artillery, which gets a lot more expensive, therefore has a lot more time for us to build up packs. And that's just a matter of me setting a buffer or not, which we will probably have to do. I'm only going to have military run at 1,000 science per minute. It's a little bit of a cheat, I know, but I just don't think it's worth the effort of having a build 3 times the size. We might end up expanding it later, who knows. Having a build that's 3 times the size that just doesn't do that much extra. It's only running once in a blue moon. So, we're going to do some military science. Now, I'm going to make sure I've got all my blueprints where they belong. I definitely don't want that. I want that down there. And I'm going to want that down there. And So we need to make standard ammunition into military, into AP ammo. So I'm just looking at the calculator now, and it says we need one assembler with max beacons. Really, I don't want to waste that many beacons on a single assembler. Well, I prefer to put the speed in the assembler rather than... I need more speed modules. Let's go grab those speed modules. I prefer to put because I can't productivity ammunition at all, I'd prefer to have some stone, have some shit, have some more shit. We don't need that either. There we go. You go back to base. And then it'll refill and come back to me. Speed, beacon only puts out 50% speed. Whereas each one of these modules, where are we, are worth 50% each. So this is actually putting out 50 and 50, and then it's halving it. So we've got 100% total, and it's halved because it's a beacon to give you only 50%. Whereas, let's put it over here. Wrong button. Right, let's pick ammunition. So this already has 200% speed on it, being 100, 50, 100, 150, 200. Just because it's built sort of out of the way. Because it's got speed modules directly in it. So it's more efficient if we can, and it's very much a if we can statement, put speed modules directly into an assembler if possible. I need power. So we need 380 per minute. Yep, that'll do us. Okay, let's change the calculator over to a per second rate, because that's going to be important. We need 6.4, and we're doing 9. So that straight away means I can take it this way one. Set the recipe back up, put those in there. We need 6.8. 6.8's heaps. I'll even slide it further out. Put that over there. Get rid of those. That still has effect. That has effect. That has effect. And we're still at 8. So we're still at the supreme overkill end. Okay, so you need an iron in. And we're going to do... How many are you outputting? You're outputting 6 per second, so that's nothing. And then we need military rounds. With speed modules. With power, so max rack calculator calculates correctly. And that means you need... we're trying to get this down to two machines. 2 machines is the ideal goal. And 2 machines need... I need 6.4 of these and 6.4 of these. Which means currently if this is doing 3.7 and we just duplicate the whole build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power in there as well. So we should have 8, 7.5, and we only need 6.4. So we have slightly too many of these machines. 800%, 800%, 550%. It's just got a shorter craft time. That's all it is. But it also means we can probably... slide it up one more. Alright, how do you feel about things now? Done. 7.5 and 7.5. Now, we only need 6.4 to do 1,000 packs per minute. Being whatever that is, packs 17, 18 packs per second. Okay, so you need lots of copper, a little bit of steel, and a little bit of firearm magazines. Nope. Input. 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 And let's do your output there. Your output there. Okay. So I'm going to go iron in here. Your output is going to go from here to here to here. You need 3.5 and 3.5 per second. That's easy done. Okay. So we need to mark these lines. Where's some more of those constant combinators? Come on. So that's iron in. That's AP ammo out. Move this all the way back. That one's blank. That one's steel. Have it face the right way. AP ammo out. And iron in. Okay, so that's half a part of a build done. So next we need, again, all depends on how many beacons we need, but potentially, so we need 6.4, because that's the magic number we're going for, 6.4 grenades and 6.4 gun turrets. Gun turrets per second. Let's do... So grenades are iron and coal. We're really using bugger all coal. Okay, so let's build coal here. Coal grenades here as well. Grenade. With speed beacons. With power. So you're doing 1.4. And you only need... So that's still doable. 14, 28, 32. So we can put 3 of these per coal belt. And it says we need 1.6 coal belts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this says it's got 12 being 24 modules total with a speed, with all those speed modules. I'm just going to update the calculator so it matches this. Put those back in. So this now says, the calculator now says I only need 4 of these machines. 4.5 of these machines. If I was to run them at full speed. And let's assume we can't do that. Let's assume we're going to struggle to do that. We should be able, though, to run 3 of these machines. So its output's 4.2 and needs 42 pieces of coal. So we don't have quite enough coal on a belt to do this build. So we'll call it Well, actually, let's just pull out a speed module. Let's try and calculate things properly. Or as close to as we can get. Go away, blueprint. So that gives us 3.8 per second, and we need 6.4. So we'd have to do double this build and then a little bit more just because the amount of coal we're using. That's unfortunate. How many did 2 use? 2 used 28. Oh, I didn't add enough. Maths. See, iron's the easy part. It's coal that's giving us the issue. I can inject coal halfway down a belt. It's very hard to do in these tight beacon setups. Running a second belt of coal. So you produce almost... It was almost 4, wasn't it? We need 6.4. That's fine. We can just duplicate that. See, I'm getting my maths mixed up. I'm seeing 3 and saying almost 3 when it's actually almost 4. Let's actually put those... Okay, let's never mind. Let's rip all that back up. Come on. Go away. Because I want to put the speed beacons, speed modules back in that one. Then I want to blueprint it. And then I want to put that there. Okay, so we need 2 belts of coal in with 1 belt of iron. We said 21, 42. I know I just broke something I just fixed. Yep, so 19.9 and 39 point blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's the answer. So we need 2 belts of coal in. You come to here. Alright, we'll start at the top row as well. Stack inserter. Oh, I actually forgot to lay this belt in. That would have probably broken it. Oh no. That's copper. No, let's go iron up to there. Change you to be copper. And copper should be able to jump from here. Really? Copper should be able to jump from there to there. There we go. Okay, now brain's working on that one. That one's done. So we're going to bring coal in, coal in, coal in. Line that one up, line that one up. We're going to bring you short. Coal, whoops. Coal, bit of belt to zigzag that one out. So that becomes 2 belts of coal. Well, they're bringing out 6 items per second. So in theory, we can just run right down the middle with these ones. And run the grenades right out the front. You know, I fully admit this is probably going to take some creative mode testing or some let's build it, let's in theory it works, and then we'll work out the kinks afterwards in the game. I'm going to end up doing one or the other. Probably working out the kinks of the game, to be honest. Okay, so then we go there, to there, to there, there. Okay, and you become another iron belt. One of the many. Many. Alright, so we need more speed modules. So if we've done that one, it just leaves... Where are we? It just leaves... I want that, I want that. I'm going to grab that one as well. And that one, and that one. Go back to outposting, refill with more stuff, come back. So it just leaves the actual gun turrets itself, and then the 8, because 8's the magic number I'm working with. I rounded up to get 8 assemblers to actually make the packs themselves. Okay. So, same story. We're going to put this just on the edge of coverage. And yes, my threat's still not happy with me. I'd say it ate a fly, but it didn't happen. Feels like it did, but it didn't actually happen. If it's easy as that, I would have been self-diagnosed a long time ago. Anyway, so that's a lot of iron. That's going to be a big problem. So let's pull some of these out, and let's run the maths again. 21 still. I got 3 items I have to get in. And like they're big ticket items. Nope. So that's how we want it. Which is a speed of 500%. Put those back. That's a speed of 500%. It does make building them a lot easier. And we need 6.4. So that means we'd need 6.5 of these. That's not hard. Okay. So we need to get 20 iron in per second. I don't think one stack inserter will do that, to be absolutely honest. Okay, let's try this. Let's run a belt of iron, which I'll do 2 of them. We'll take... no. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, you keep going off into the ether. You have some speed modules, commands, blah, 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 blah. That's our output. That's our output. That's our input for... So this will be copper and gears. Okay, so let's start with constant combinator up here. You, sir, are going to make gun turrets. Just move everything over a little bit so I can sort of see what we're doing. So this will be gear wheels. I keep going straight past it. Gear wheels and copper. And you, sir, are going to be iron only. Okay. Let's try duplicating this build a few times without that. Now, after we've got to here, this iron line is dead. So let's build it through to there. Let's use our max rate calculator again to just double check. So we're at 3.7 of 6.4. So we need another few stamps. That's the answer. But more importantly, this iron, this gear and copper's gone. And that iron died there. Because, as I said, 2 of these use a belt. And this is why I said this is why we're building things a little bit backward. Because just how much some of these things chew through belts of resources, which is exactly what we want. We do want them to chew through resources. But it also means that we can have things compress that much earlier. Okay, so you're at 37.5 because 500, 500, 500, 500, 500. Okay, I thought we were getting out of whack. So the whole lot is at 5.65 and we need 6.4. So that means... Nope. Like so. Yeah. That's definitely out of whack. We've been slipping slightly against the wall above us. That's alright. We had enough room to make it work. 6.48. Alright, I'm hoping that speed module makes all the difference. We get up to 6.5. Because that's where I really want to be. Speed modules. More speed modules. That's really all we need. Yeah, no, I got lots of prod mods. Good. Let me past. Okay, 6.56. Calculator says 6.4. Good, perfect. So it's 1, 2, 3. So that actually means, again, we're going to need another. Actually, we'll have it join in beforehand. Because curves are still sometimes problematic with Factorio. So I needed one there as well. So this is what I'm talking about compressing. So all you gotta do is look at it and go, okay, hang on. JD, you had 40, 80, 120 and a half, so 140 worth of iron coming in per second. Gears and everything else are on top of that. And you're outputting 6.4 per second. So half a yellow belt's worth. Now, same story. We have... So we can only support up to 4 of these with our gear and copper. 1, 2, 3, 4. So... that goes that way. That goes that way. And we go... I'm going to go with a longer lead in. Really? Give me more combinators. I don't remember what tab they're under. Okay. So let's just try to go maximum spans. Didn't really work. Bump, 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 bump. We want you to be gears, same as that, and copper, same as that. Okay. So for next episode, we'll actually build out the science. Yep. build out science and work out what science we're going to start on next. Because this is the way we're going to have to do it. Just bit by bit, slowly compress things down. Like I said, this just chews through iron. And I know somebody else said balances. I'm like, you know, this straight away I'm not going to balance. That'll be a belt for the first two, second belt, third belt, a half belt. So I just need to find something else that also uses about a half belt of materials. That goes that way, that goes that way. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, hope you're enjoying the series. Like the button if you like the episode, or if you learnt something along the way. Click subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel. More importantly, it means you don't miss tomorrow's video where I do something really stupid. I don't know what that is, but chances are there's going to be something really stupid involved. And that's about it. Oh, thoughts, comments, suggestions, what the hell I screwed up, because we're now in the nitty-gritty of actually, you know, ratioing stuff out. So the chance I screwed up something's probably pretty high. But you can leave all that stuff down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Bye!